Right now at 10, $1 million cash bond is set for a woman accused of killing a 6-year-old. The boy's family filled the courtroom. And the future of the Cameron Park Farmers Market is uncertain as an influx of people living unsheltered have set up camp nearby. Plus, Minnesota lawmakers are nearing completion of the state budget. The deadline is in just a couple hours.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. An Onalaska woman is behind bars, accused of killing a 6-year-old in the town of Medarie on February 11th. Judge Ramona Gonzalez set Josie Dykman's bond at $1 million cash. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen was there for her initial court appearance, where friends and family filled the courtroom.
A family searching for answers piled into the La Crosse County courtroom Monday morning, seeking justice after the death of 6-year-old AJ Pedren.
We love him dearly and we miss him so bad. And there's no excuse for child abuse.
AJ was found unresponsive in a home in Medarie on February 11th.
Anytime that our deputies respond to the death of a child, it's a traumatic and tragic situation.
Since his death, investigators compiled a criminal complaint. That complaint says Josie Dykman called 911 because her son was not responding, and an empty pill bottle was on the ground. When responders got there, they couldn't revive AJ.
After doing interviews and scene processing, they had questions about how the death occurred.
An autopsy revealed blunt force injuries on his head, neck, and body. A doctor says in the report that his cause of death was blunt force trauma. That Xanax in his system also contributed to his death.
The culmination of that work was the arrest on Friday.
Witnesses in the complaint told investigators that Dykman had a history of hurting AJ. He'd been hospitalized at Gunderson in January for a femur fracture. A Gunderson doctor told investigators she had concerns of child abuse at that time. District Attorney Tim Grinke told the court Monday that Dykman had been charged with child neglect twice in the past.
We think it's a danger to the public given her history with the children and the history in this case, and also we're concerned about intimidation of potential witnesses.
Attorney Chris Zacher argued for Dykman, stating her past offenses weren't recent and she had no risk of fleeing.
The allegations in this case, while serious, appear to be entirely circumstantial at this point and represent only one side of the story.
Still, Gonzalez set that $1 million cash bond based on the complaint's contents. For AJ's grandma, Cheryl Anderson, this is a glimpse at justice.
She'll be behind bars. No other child can get hurt at this moment. And we'll get justice for Alex Xavier.
But she says they'll keep showing up because the fight isn't over yet.
If it can help one other child even, that's what our goal is going to be.
Dykman is also facing charges of chronic neglect of a child and physical abuse of a child and repeated acts of bodily harm. She will next appear in court on Wednesday, May 31st. La Crosse's unsheltered population has largely settled into Cameron Park since the city closed down Houska Park. Now, La Crosse Polytechnic School doesn't use the park's playground, and as Dua Israr reports, the future of Cameron Park's farmers market is also in doubt.
You don't have to look further than 4th Street South to find live music, fresh fruit, and a good time.
Yes, Mama?
The Cameron Park Farmers Market is a local staple for families and businesses alike.
This market is basically 75% of our business.
They aren't the only ones who use this park.
For me, it's sad to see them over there.
It's a tale of two cities.
Our shelters are full, there isn't enough housing available, and so people have to exist somewhere.
One where businesses come to make a living.
It has affected the number of people here, plus the profitability of the vendors.
One where people need a place to stay.
People aren't choosing to be there over other options. It's really a community-wide issue, and our community has not been able to solve it yet.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Richard Klindworth, a board member of the La Crosse Farmers Market Association and vendor, says the market is only open on Fridays because many vendors backed out.
The street was full of mattresses and beds and blankets, and everybody was sleeping, and we literally had to clean the street, so we ended up last year losing like 2/3 of our vendors on Saturday, and that's why we canceled the Saturday market.
Klindworth says community members used to sit and spend time in the park. Now they buy their items and go.
Customers that don't feel safe at the moment with their children playing in the park. It's serious, you know. We've called the police on the average 2 to 3 times a week.
The city's homeless service coordinator, Brian Sampson, says finding a solution isn't easy.
Housing and helping people get connected with services, whether that be mental health services, alcohol or drug counseling services, that's the solution.
Plindworth says business continues to be slow, and the future of this La Crosse summertime tradition is at risk.
If we don't get some improvement, the market could go away altogether next year.
Reporting in La Crosse, Due Esrar, News 8 Now.
The Farmers Market Association says they will reevaluate the prospect of shutting down at the end of the season.
Hey, good Wednesday evening to you. Another warm day, and how about that weekend? My goodness, 74 was the high on Saturday, which is right at average, by the way. 80 yesterday, and then 81 today, and lots of sunshine. Just a beautiful weekend for outdoor plans, and today wasn't bad either, even though most of us had to head back to work. So temperatures today topped out in the upper 70s to lower 80s. That's a bit above average. Kind of a neat shot as we look to the west here. I've kind of raised the view a little bit to show you Venus and a crescent moon in the middle of your screen there. So if you have a minute, don't step outside yet. Wait till the commercial break, although the advertisers are going to be mad with me for saying that. But just take a quick gander outside, and it's a neat scene in that western sky as those continue to set. Otherwise, skies are mainly clear. A little bit of a smoky haze still in play. And look at the lack of precipitation anywhere close to us. You have to go all the way to Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado before you get any kind of precip halfway close. Otherwise, temperatures in the 60s for most, some 50s in our traditional cooler spots to the north and east. Mostly clear tonight with that light haze. Overnight lows in La Crosse around 56 in our schoolcast for tomorrow. Another warm day, very similar to today. 58 at 7 a.m., mid-70s by lunchtime. Afternoon highs around 82 degrees. Hey, do we have any rain in the forecast? That's a question some are starting to ask. I'll have the answer in just a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Bill. Well, Onalaska fire officials confirm a town of Onalaska home is a total loss and 2 pet cats are presumed dead after last week's fire. The Onalaska Fire Department says a charcoal grill likely caused the blaze to the 2-story house off County Z in Bryce Prairie. Fire officials say the home residents woke up around 10 o'clock that night to find their deck on fire. Fire crews arrived within 13 minutes, and by then every family member and a dog had evacuated safely, but the house was up in flames. The National Fire Protection Association says grills cause more than 10,000 home fires each year. The NFPA has posted some grill and fire safety reminders. We've got those on our website. Wisconsin State Highway 93 south of Arcadia will be closed this week for construction. The Trempealeau County Highway Department is sending crews out to replace a culvert pipe. The department says the highway will be closed from 6:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. both tomorrow and Wednesday, and any traffic will be detoured onto County F. Minnesota's budget is nearly complete, and Democratic lawmakers are calling this past session the most productive in the state's history. The $72 billion state budget will provide more resources to education, protect abortion rights, and legalize recreational cannabis. Republicans say Democrats took a hard left turn by spending most of the $17.5 billion surplus instead of giving that money back to taxpayers. Lawmakers are facing an adjournment deadline of midnight tonight. If you want to give feedback on the redevelopment of the Lincoln Middle School building, there will be 2 more community workshops. Architectural firm ISG is working with the La Crosse School District to hold meetings with public. Feedback from those workshops will be used to decide what happens to the building. One meeting will be held tomorrow in the gym at the Hogan Administrative Center. That one runs from noon to 1:30, and there will also be a virtual meeting later tomorrow from 6 to 7:30. We'll have a link posted on our website. After the break, the debt ceiling talks continue. President Biden meeting with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy to negotiate. And later, water pollution in Winona County. The coalition brings community members together to learn more about what's coming out of their taps.
Get up to 50% off list prices at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. These incredible beds, both at our lowest price ever. Or this beefy recliner marked way down. Up to 50% off at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Don't miss this one.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Need new windows, new entry doors, or a new patio door? Do what thousands of local homeowners have done for over 30 years. Call or visit the board store today. Superior products, the most experienced installer team in the region, and a servant-minded senior sales staff who will ensure you get the best product for your home, family, and budget. Improving your home, improving your life. Visit our 15,000 square foot showroom located at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse, or call for your free estimate. You won't be disappointed.
I don't know how it's all gonna fit.
And action!
Now at Slumberland, $9.99 gets you everything. An adjustable base with head up, foot up, remote, a Sealy Posturepedic mattress, plus a 7-piece bedding bundle free. Get a fitted sheet, flat sheet, 2 pillows, 2 pillowcases, and a duvet. All that just $9.99. Only at Slumberland.
Cut!
The debt ceiling has been raised by Congress dozens of times in the past 70 years so the U.S. can pay its bills. But over the past decade, it has more often become part of a last-minute negotiation that's left the global economy teetering on the brink of disaster. Nicole Skanga has the details on the latest back and forth between Democrats and Republicans.
President Biden met with Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy at the White House on Monday, the two sides negotiating over the debt ceiling.
We both talked about the need for a bipartisan agreement. We have to be in a position where we can sell it to our constituencies.
Republicans are demanding deep spending cuts in exchange for raising the debt ceiling. Sources tell CBS News the White House has offered to keep spending flat from this year to next. Republicans, they say, want to increase defense spending while cutting everything else by up to 22%.
I think at the end of the day, we could find common ground, make our economy stronger.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told Congress it's highly likely the U.S. will default on its debt as early as June 1st if no agreement is reached.
I'm angry about it.
Marilyn Ayers is one of 66 million people who could see their Social Security checks delayed.
They are trying to play games with holding the people hostage that need help.
Financial experts are warning of devastating consequences to the global economy.
We're playing Russian roulette with the United States credit, where we're, just allowing congressmen and senators and these politicians to wreak havoc.
Some economists believe more than 1 million jobs could be lost in just the first week. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, the White House.
Other immediate consequences include funding cuts to food stamps and Medicaid, and paychecks to active duty military could be held up. Still ahead tonight at 10, a field trip to a family farm. Melrose Maduro students are learning more about where their food comes from.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. Look at the lack of precipitation, just a huge part of the country, high and dry. How much longer will this dry pattern continue around here? I'll have the answer with my 8-day forecast after the break.
Looking quite nice too.
Well, thank you. This is another tease of what's to come in just a few moments. Again, if you were with us last year, you may have remembered some strange events happening. So
you may be getting an interesting flashback right
you'll
now.
want to stick around.
Welcome back. Happy Friday. A little bit of low clouds and fog out there, and a couple scattered elvi as well. My goodness, you thought your job was hard. Try to do a weather forecast. Interdispersed around 3 elvi. Looking good, guys. We'll just continue to go through the forecast here.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Let's go!
Yeah. Seatbelts?
Nah, don't worry about it.
All right.
Those dudes are going nowhere fast.
Donald Driver!
Buckle up, fellas. If you don't, it can cost you money or worse.
Got that? I told you.
You were right.
Click it or kick it. Together, we can save lives.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving. Yeah, it rocks. Step up to GMC with 0.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light-duty models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Spring is a great time to plan your next home improvement project. Call now for a free estimate on windows, doors, siding, sunrooms, decks, baths, kitchens, or flooring. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A Winona County group is sounding the alarm over tests confirming nitrates are contaminating local private wells. The Winona County Clean Water Coalition hosted a forum tonight in Lewiston to spread the word. Now, most nitrates come from plants, but nitrates in processed meat products can put people at risk of things like thyroid and colon cancer. Coalition members say most nitrates in groundwater are due to agriculture, and since private wells are not regulated, those wells are more at risk.
The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency has been saying they would work on this problem for several years, and the nitrate levels just simply aren't going down.
Standage says roughly 3,000 county residents currently can't drink the water out of their taps. The coalition plans to petition the EPA to put pressure on the Minnesota agency to provide solutions. Fourth graders from Melrose Mindoro Elementary spent part of today on a family farm. The area FFA chapter was there to help give a tour of Stello Farms in Mindoro. The students learned about raising corn, dairy cows, and sheep. FFA chapter leaders say it can be an eye-opening experience for kids who aren't growing up on farms.
It's really important for them to understand where their food comes from and how they get it, because most kids don't really understand, like, there's a lot of work that goes into making their everyday food.
Young FFA leaders say a visit like this can keep up an interest in future agricultural careers.
I think in a rural school we still have quite a bit of interest in it, but it's probably definitely fading from what it was. Seeing all this, I think it'll definitely help maybe spark some interest in agriculture.
FFA leaders say the students were most interested in the dairy part of the tour and seeing just how much the cows eat each and every day. And what a beautiful day to get outside and have a field trip, or with your Bill Grohl, sweep the inside of a studio.
I was busy watching the Denver Nuggets sweep the Los Angeles Lakers. Some guy named LeBron James. Never heard of him, but
never.
Yeah. So
well done.
The broom's been active
Soak
lately,
it in.
So
soak in the
first
victory.
time ever they've made it to the championship game.
Absolutely.
So I'm a little proud of that.
I think so.
I grew up watching that team.
It's very warranted, too. Like you said, first time, and to sweep 4-0 in a conference finals.
Impressive.
You guys are humming over there.
Looks like Miami might do the same to Boston.
I think so.
Who would have thunk? Boston and the Lakers getting swept, but not quite a done deal yet in the Eastern Conference, but we'll see tomorrow night. All right, let's go to the weather, shall we? Medium symptoms tomorrow and Wednesday for mulberry and for oak pollen and tree pollen in general on the high side both days. And Allergy Associates tells me that tree pollen levels have been higher than average this spring season. You probably already know that if you suffer from tree pollen allergies. All right, live look through CityCam again. Beautiful western sky with Venus, that's the bright star you see, and the crescent moon. So again, you'll have a little bit of time before these both set in the western horizon, but just a really nice view of the clear sky and that planetary show, so to speak, or astronomical show in our western sky. So check it out. 81 degrees was the high today. 74 is average.
98 and 33 the records for today, and no rainfall, and we're about 1.25 inches below average for the month, but still about 1.5 inches above average for rainfall and melted down snow for the year 2023. 67 degrees out at the airport, still 70 downtown, and the Mississippi actually rising a bit. This is due to some heavy rainfall a couple weeks ago in the Minnesota River Basin, and that filters into the main channel of the Mississippi, and that water is now making its way down through our area. 64 degrees for you folks in Eau Claire, and the Chippewa River rising just a little bit. But overall, boy, it was a beautiful evening for outdoor plans. Temperatures still in the 60s for most. Our traditional cooler spots are in the lower to middle 50s, but again, most spots still well into the 60s, and winds out of the south and east at around 5 to 10. Skies are mainly clear. Again, a little bit of a smoky haze aloft still, and that's going to be an issue until they start to kind of get a handle on the forest fires, the wildfires in Alberta, and this is helping as well with some rainfall. Again, this is the province of Alberta here, and a lot of the fires are burning there, and then that upper level smoke kind of gets drawn into our area from time to time. But boy, high pressure at the surface has things high and dry around here. You have to go several states to the west before any rain chances start to crop up. Now, skies will be mainly clear tonight, sunny to partly cloudy for tomorrow, another dry day. Now, cold front's going to sink southward as we head into the day on Wednesday. As it does, it kind of loses its moisture, maybe a few spits and sprinkles Wednesday evening, but that's about it. But the main impacts it will have is cooler temperatures on our Wednesday after another warm day tomorrow. So for tonight, mostly clear, a little bit of a light haze with that smoke aloft, 56 for the low. Tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy, probably a smoky haze once again, especially west of the river. Highs around 82 degrees, but cooler Wednesday, 69, 71 on Thursday, and then we start to warm again heading towards the holiday weekend, and it's looking dry, and again, a dry 8-day forecast. So by the end of this stretch, we will need some rainfall.
All right, Bill, thanks very much.
Okay.
Coming up next in sports, the Brewers at home hosting the defending champs. Plus, time to hit the track for regionals. Lots of great action from Divisions 2 and 3. Rob is in next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Your health care should be unique to you. At Mayo Clinic Health System, they get to know your story and customize a treatment plan that fits your needs.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit hometownchevy.com.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
God. What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open. You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love.
And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
We're less than 2 weeks away from the state track meet at UWL, but before that takes place, the best athletes in our region need to qualify for that first weekend in June. That starts right now with regionals. Top 4 in each event advance. Let's head to West Salem for the Division II regionals. We'll start with the girls' high jump. Arcadia's Cassidy Peeler trying for 5.2. The junior gets it done. Peeler's pumped. First place finish for for the Arcadia standout. Onto the 4x800 meter relay. We'll start with the girls. 4 teams racing in this one, but in the end, it's the home team getting it done as the Panthers finish in first place with a time of 10 minutes, 12.92 seconds. On the boys' side now, 4x800 meter relay. Same results. West Salem running away with this one. Panthers finish in first with a time of 8 minutes, 23.68 seconds. On to the 100-meter dash prelim, starting with the girls. It's La Crosse Logan's Julie Yang flying toward the finish line. The junior finishes with a top time of 13.04, 12.98 in the finals. And on the boys' side, Aquinas' Colin Conzemius, heavy favorite in this one, finishes his prelim in first at 11.51. His final time a little better, 11.15, as the Blue Gold senior moves on to the sectionals. Over in Onalaska, Luther High hosting Division III regionals. We'll start with the 1,600-meter run. Cochrane Fountain City's Addie Dwellman putting Division III on notice. The freshman coasted her way to a first-place finish, time of 5 minutes, 26 seconds. She'll look to qualify for her first state meet later this week. In the boys' race, it's CFC's Wesley Princhinsky coming in with a time of 4 minutes, 39 seconds. Both Princhinsky and Dwellman were cross-country state champs. Now they'll look to bring home some hardware on the track. Up next, 4x200 meter relay for the girls. It's Neilsville and Bangor neck and neck at the halfway point, but coming down the home stretch, Bliss Knox, great name, taking first for Bangor with a time of 1 minute and 50 seconds. And for the boys, Elijah Hoppy crossing the finish line in first to give Luther the win with a time of 1 minute 32 seconds. Congrats to all our area athletes who moved on to sectionals. Best of luck on Thursday. High school baseball finishing their last week of the regular season. We've got a co-MVC champ, Aquinas, hosting co-Cooley Conference champ, Viroqua. First inning, runner on second for Tanner Peterson. He's going to give this ball a ride. A deep shot out to center. That gets past the D. Eddie Peters comes in to score. Aquinas a quick 2-0 lead. Will Dietz on the mound for the Blue Golds. What a day from him. The junior with 6 innings pitched, 5 Ks, gave up just 1 run on 1 hit. Later in the game, man on for Peters. And the junior gets a good chunk of this one. He sends it out to deep right center field. 1 run's going to score as Peters gets the RBI double. Blue Golds get the win, 6-1. On to high school hoops. The Luther boys basketball team will have a new leader at the helm. Knights appointing Dan Unke to be the new varsity head coach. Unke brings 17 years of coaching experience to Luther, including stops at Minnesota Valley Lutheran High School, as well as Kettle Moraine High. In addition to his coaching duties, Unke will also be an instructor at Luther, primarily in the English department. Brewers opening up a 3-game set against the defending champs. Not going well early, but Rowdy Telez cuts the deficit in half. He slices one to deep left center. That gets over the wall for a solo shot. But in the 5th, Astros keep pouring it on. Mauricio Dubon, Ken didn't like this one. He cranks one deep to left field. Houston jumps ahead 4-1, and then it went from bad to worse here for the Brewers. Still in the 5th, Yordan Alvarez crushes this one off Corbin Burns, a laser beam to right center. That ball is gone. All Astros tonight. The Brewers fall in the series opener, 12-2. And finally, some big news tonight for the city of Green Bay. NFL draft is coming to Titletown. The league announcing that the 2025 draft will be held in Green Bay. This has been nearly a decade in the making. Packers president Mark Murphy first revealed in 2016 that the team combined with local government and tourism officials to put a bid in as early as 2019, and now it's coming to Titletown.
Finally.
Let's go. Speaking of Titletown, congrats to Bill's Denver Nuggets.
Yes, what a sweet.
That's becoming Titletown.
Yeah, right.
Avalanche and then the Nuggets maybe.
And we need the Nuggets to go all the way.
Yep.
We'll be right back after this.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hello, my name's Boris Gump. Chocolate? Mama always said buying a car was like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get. Me and Jenny, we buy all our cars at Sleepy Hollow. They got new cars and used cars, a body shop, parts and everything. Like me and Nate, the Sleepy Hollow serviceman, we just like peas and carrots. I'm not a smart man, but if you need a car, you should be running to Sleepy Hollow.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Suncast storage sheds are perfect for storing outdoor tools and equipment. Save big on this Suncast vertical outdoor storage unit. Just $179.99 after rebate. From outdoor storage to backyard get-togethers, Shelter Logic has you covered. This 3-in-1 shelter converts from a canopy to a fully enclosed storage shelter or expanded event tent in just minutes. Right now, only $269.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer asthma attacks and breathe better. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over. It is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions may occur and can be serious. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Diapers in politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. term limits pledge. Term limits action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Welcome back. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says almost 500,000 waffle makers are being recalled due to a burn risk. The commission warns that while Empower Brands waffle makers are in use, hot pieces of waffle can actually shoot out of them. The company's already gotten reports about dozens of burn injuries, with 3 people needing medical attention. 2 model types of the Power XL stuffed waffleizer pose this risk. They were sold from July 21 to October 22 at all major retailers. The company is offering repair guidance on that website. And LEGO is offering a chance to revisit 2 childhood pastimes at once. The company's releasing a Pac-Man set based on the 1980s arcade game. It has more than 2,500 pieces that create a kind of maze, and the characters can actually move through it just like Pac-Man did in the original game. This one will set you back about $270, set to come out June 4th. We'll be right back.
Selling your car yourself can take weeks. Selling to an online reseller takes days. Selling your car to Dahl Auto takes 30 minutes. Bring your title and keys and leave with a check. Dahl Auto, simple.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meat.
At Batteries Plus, we do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives.
Visit Batteries Plus for free auto battery testing and installation. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
It's time for amazing Memorial Day savings at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on everything you need to kick off the summer season. Like special buy Kingsford Charcoal Briquette Combo Packs, just $16.99. Men's Lee Extreme Motion Shorts, only $34.99. And select Milkbone Dog Treats start at just $8.99. Plus, Blaine's Rewards members get free same-day delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The results are in for the 10th annual Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Thank you to everyone who participated, and congratulations to all the winners. Here's one of the many businesses that won this year.
100 years ago, we invented the overhead garage door. Today, we are still hard at work leading the industry and servicing our community. So the next time your garage door needs service, call the genuine, the original overhead door company of the Seven Rivers region.
The service departments at the Dahl Auto Group are staffed by the most experienced team in the region. Whether you're buying a used car they've inspected or driving home one they've serviced, you can trust their work for years to come. Dahl Auto, simple.
50s for most tonight, still warm tomorrow, cooler Wednesday, highs in the upper 60s.
Thanks, Bill, and thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.